So, friends, we are on a very auspicious day. I don't see you anyone. So, auspicious day is the Christmas Eve, Christmas Day. So, we think that we are religious. No, we are not religious, but we are spiritual. No, we are agnostic. Doesn't matter at all. We want and seek auspiciousness, grace, and the blessing all the time. So we greet people on the Christmas and also auspicious days. It is what we say the religious format. The religion serves through the symbols. Happy Christmas, I said, so it is spoken outside. So it is a religion is always symbolic, it is outside, and spiritual is inside. If there is no Christmas, I should not say Happy Christmas. Or if I am a spiritual, then Christmas is every day. So being agnostic does not make any change in your life. Being religious does not make any change in life. Being spiritual does not make any change in your life. And when it does not make any change in your life, huh, then whether you are religious, whether you are spiritual, or whether you are agnostic, it does not make any sense. So we live on the surface, and living on the surface is nothing but the delusion. And we are here to hammer the delusion. What I said, pay attention to it. No, I'm not a religious person, I'm a spiritual person. It will not work. I'm only a spiritual person, it will not work. I'm agnostic, it will not work. Without understanding the meaning and the essence. So when I say Happy Christmas to you all, it is being religious, is a symbolic. It's a symbolic. And that should convey the meaning inside my mind, that is the spiritual entity. And you still remain agnostic, it doesn't make any difference to you. That is the beauty of the Eastern West. I hear, Lord, no, I'm not a religious person. Really? So what changes you have in your life? You are still suffering from the delusion. And we are here to hammer the delusion. If you do not hammer the delusion, whether you are religious, spiritual, or agnostic, it does not make any sense in your life. Do you agree? Say yes. There is no other way you have to agree. That is the everything is made, all the symbolic. I say Om Shanti, it is outer format. But that Om should trigger the change in my mind. Then we can say. So what exactly is, whether you are agnostic, whether you are religious or spiritual, whether you say Happy Christmas or you say I don't celebrate Christmas, we all want our day, moment, hour should pass in the state of auspiciousness. Yes or no? Why shouldn't I use it? Wherever I can enter into the state of auspiciousness, so I cross the barrier of all the religions. It can only happen to the seekers. It cannot happen to the non-seekers. Non-seekers will continue to remain in the delusion, my friends. And We don't challenge our false assumptions. Problem is this: we continue to carry those false assumption, conditioned belief, and we continue to suffer. Buddha says you cannot travel the path until you have become the path itself. Simply saying I'm not a religious person, first you enter, you become the religious person to know whether it is required or not. You become a spiritual person to know whether the spirituality is required or not. I'm not saying anything from myself. You cannot travel the path until you have become the path itself. And the journey is of ongoing self inquiry. We must dismantle the delusive projections from our life, and then what is left is the highest spiritual consciousness, whether you say it is your true nature, whether you say it is a pure consciousness, whatever the name you want to give, it will work. It will work. Do you remember the 7 factors of the delusion? Foolishness. No, I'm not as fool as you think. But I got angry and upset yesterday. I can understand you are not a fool. Even when you say I'm not a religious person, I don't want to say unexamined life. Foolishness is nothing but the unexamined life. Autopilot. Scattered mind. So what happens when I do not examine my life? My life is scattered. Mind is scattered, distracted, disjointed, lacking mental clarity. And when there is a lack of mental clarity, mind continues to be attracted to the likes and dislikes. And that is where I cling to. Clinging creates the pain. I am attached now. This is the entire process of delusion. Entire process of delusion. So starting with foolishness, then we have lack of clarity, or you can say distracted mind, scattered mind, and it results into attachment or detachment. And now all the 3 factors together causes, I remember, don't check my memory. No, I'm not checking your memory, but I believe you all know it results into emotional dependence. False foundation. False foundation. I love you, honey. You never said even that I love you also. Emotional dependence. I can give you millions of examples. So now these 4 factors results into, you don't say that I love you. I have been saying for the last 10 years. That is selfishness, because I'm expecting something from you. That is what the ego is. You see, step by step. 5th factor. 6th factor. Now my intellect rationalizes. Even once you have not said that I love you, I care you. I want to hear from you. I'm waiting to hear from you for the last 10 years. That is why you are crazy. Do you see that? You see the rationalization, not the right reasoning, but rationalization. The same way I can say, you never said namaste to me. You have been learning from me for the last many years. Then it means I'm crazy. It is intellectual paralysis. Instantly with an intellectual paralysis, what happens in intellectual paralysis? I jump from one desire to the other desire, and again the entire vicious circle is created in my mind. Hold on. Now I have been telling him that he never said that I love you. Why you are coming in between? You see, another cycle, another vicious circle. So from one circle to the second circle to the third circle, and we are doomed. You have to inquire yourself. I'm not saying that you believe it. I'm saying self-inquiry. Sit on a lazy chair, talk to your mind about these seven factors, and you will see that, oh, your mind will open up. Then what happens? Then we go to the remedial measures, the five factors of the remedial measures. So I recognize, I recognize these. This is a false assumption, wrong notion in my life. I challenge it intellectually, and the moment you challenge it intellectually, from the intellectual paralysis, you move to the wisdom. That wisdom drops your emotional dependence, and once the emotional dependence is dropped, you don't see any ego. There is no reason. You need not to fight with the ego. The ego is now not there. Are you getting it? Say yes. So then what happens? The emotional dependence is not there. Then attachment is not there. You see that attachment is not there. But how it happens? Not only challenging the false assumption, I have to consistently listening and learning, contemplation, reflection, and practice has to be done. Not only challenging the false assumption intellectually is not enough. So that is the second step. And so what happens? The third step. So now you recognize this is the duality and a delusion, and you recognize this is the discernment and dispassion. You see the beauty. See the beauty of the Eastern West. You don't even need not to think whether you are a religious person or a spiritual person or agnostic or there are many sects. It is absorbed inside. Oh, it's a Hanukkah. Oh, happy Hanukkah. Let me, at least my tongue is creating an auspiciousness by saying happy Hanukkah. Happy Christmas. No, I'm not a religious person. That's why I see your big face all the time. That is how the Eastern wisdom resolves these barriers between the religion and the cult and the dogma. Come back. Fourth factor. So you have a balance, division and the delusion and the duality, or the division, and here is the discernment and the dispassion. So what happens? Now you are living into that awareness where you can easily find here is the false and here is the real. That is the fourth step. And the fifth, this is the meaning of working on the mind. Instead, the mind is working on it. I believe everything is becoming clear to you. So 7 plus 5. So we have 7 plus 5 is the remedial measures. Now the journey should stop here. Why the journey should stop? Are you there? I'm not there. So now the third point comes, the realization. So the first realization should take place in our life. The mind is constantly living in that wisdom. When it is living in wisdom, in the family life, in the personal life, in professional life, in social life, or in your personal life when you wake up in the morning, your mind starts thinking of crazy stuff, and the mind is not living in wisdom. It means you have still to do practice. Simple. You have not reached to that state. It means I have to realize. So the master is pointing out. So 7 plus 5, now plus 1. What is the step 1 realization? It is mind is constantly living in the wisdom. Now it looks, because of the past impression, all the first 7 factors, they are on the surface. They come, they go. They come and they go. like the traffic on the road, so you don't worry about it. Because of the past impressions you have, it will take some time to be released. It cannot happen in a day. Did you get it? Step 1, realization. Now the step 2, realization. Step 2 realization is very important. That is our today's topic, because I have to create the entire context of it. How the 7 factors of the body makes us crazy. That we need to understand. So now mind is living in the wisdom, and that wisdom makes me aware one of these 7 factors of the body is causing stress, suffering, anxiety, duality, conflict. So the master gives us kate kanta dhanagat chinta vatulam kivtav nasti niyanta trijagati sajjana sangati reka bhavati bhavavattarane nauka bhaj govindam bhaj govindam. So what the master is saying about this body. First factor. 7 factors of the body. First factor, identification with the body. So you have to analyze out of the 7 factors how one of the 7 factors causes the identification with the body. Clear? Means I am the body. Second factor, if I am the body, then what? If I am the body, I forget myself, my real self. So simple. Either my eyes are open, I see the world. So when I close my eyes, the world is dissolves. So one option is there. If I am the body, then I forget the real self. Even though I may intellectualize and rationalize, it will not work. Unless the mind lives in the wisdom. Step 1, realization. Second factor, third factor of the body. If I am the body, then begins I am related to the body. If I am the body, then I am the teacher. You are the student. Which factor comes? Out of the 7 factors, the ego says, I am a teacher. You are a seeker. You are lower than me. You see that? I'm husband, you are wife. We have a lot of challenges. I'm a boss and you are an employee. And long distance. But it is related to the body. It is not related to me. So first factor, identification with the body. I am the body. Second factor, if I am the body, then I forget my real self. Then the ego takes over. If I am the body, then I am related to the body. How I am related to the body? I am a husband, son, wife, daughter, friend, foe. I am only a husband with reference to the body. Did you understand? I am only a father with reference to the body. I am a daughter with reference to the body. See? Fourth, then who suffers? Then the husband suffers, wife suffers, son suffers, the daughter suffers, the teacher suffers, and the seeker suffers. I am not suffering. But where is the son in you? Can you tell me? Where is the girl in you? There is no husband in you. Can you show me? Can you prove? It has come with reference to the body. And then the 5th factor, the master says that master says there is a real self, there is a false self, and there is a secondary self. Now you have to recognize this. What are the 3 levels of the self? One is the real self that we are discovering. Another is the false self, because I am the body. Mentally you don't say, but mentally you identify with the body. You are the false self. And once you are the false self, that I am the body, then I am the husband, and I'm a father, a mother, and a long list. So that is known as the secondary self. I am none of these secondary self. They do not exist. They exist for the sake of convenience. Can you see? They simply exist. That is the fifth factor. And the seventh, now what happens? I fall into the delusion. I am in the delusion. And the seventh factor, because of that delusion, I'm always running, worry, hurry, and curry. I'm always busy. I'm running. I don't have a time to practice. Can I attend your session? Can I listen to my session? You listen to any session. Provided you are a seeker, you will get the result. You are not listening. You claim that you are listening. So you see the seven factors, how the seven factors. So the master explains now in a different way, in a very touchy and very, very taunting way. Master. I explained it in a very humble way. Master says, why worry about the wife or the husband or the wealth? Oh, crazy non-seeker. Is there not for you the one who commands? In the three words, it is only the association with the teacher, with the Eastern wisdom, with the knowledge that can serve as the boat that can carry one across the sea of suffering. These association at the mental and the emotional level will not work, whether I'm associated with the money or the relationship. This is not. It does not mean that I should go to my honey and I should go to my relations and so that from today I'm not associated with. Then you are the craziest guy. You are suffering from the first of the seven factors. You are foolish. I have to first realize in myself. So what happens? I realize in myself. Now I am in the state of discernment and dispassion. Now I use that relation as a symbolic means to express my peace and happiness. You are my dad. I respect you. I love you. I care you. Where is the delusion? So spirituality, awakening is not an easy task. Until you continue the journey, you are consistent, then only you realize. First we awaken. First realization. What is the first realization? Mind lives in the wisdom. Now mind is living in the wisdom. So in India we say that if you are 20 years old and you meet 80 years old, so out of the respect you say uncle. We don't say senior, we say uncle, auntie. But now even 80 years old women in India, they say, why you are saying me auntie? I'm still sweet 16. So we live with those wrong notions. So you see that the symbolic outer level is symbolic. When I was hardly of maybe little younger than Sam, so I had all the grey beard. So when in those days, I used to travel in a bus. So even girls older than me used to tell me uncle. Yeah, first few days it was terrible for me. No doubt. I'm also a human being. But gradually when I learned this art, and I said, God bless you, my daughter. Where is the problem? Where is the problem? No, but I create the problem by association. By the seven factors, I have not taken the five remedial measures, and then I don't have a realization. Mind is not living in the wisdom, and I do not I'm not clear about how the seven factors of the body is keep on continuing the delusion and the suffering in my life. And now I'm already 65, a senior, so whether you say uncle or grandfather doesn't make any sense, doesn't make any difference to me. Think of my friends. So 7 plus 5, we will continue with those. Now we have many steps of realization. You pick up anyone, whether the mind lives in wisdom constantly, that wisdom is going to explore whether I'm really husband, wife, daughter, son, boss, teacher, seeker, non seeker. You are free. None of these applies to you because it is the secondary self. The secondary self is caused by the false self. False self is the identification with the body, and behind it, there is the real self. Realization is here and now. Now I have realized, now I will teach to my parents. Don't do that. Sometimes people join these programs and then they say, I look at my parents are very crazy. They don't understand. Really, you understand. I know that. You understand. So my teaching is for you because you are attending the session. It is not for them. Don't point your fingers to them. Are you getting it? So you fall back again into delusion. And then again you need a beard guy like me because you know that you are still suffering. So look at this. So the verse reminds that rather than anxiety about relations and assets, one should reflect on the higher power governing the fate. Higher power, higher consciousness. And it is only the spiritual association with people like me can help you. Elon Musk cannot help you. the Bill Gates cannot help. You keep on running. Your running is because of these seven factors. Once you recognize it, because you have taken the remedial steps, 5 steps. That is the context of the entire journey. What is the context? That as a seeker, I should shift my perspective. And then I should apply in my life. Then we are happy. This is known as the belief pending inquiry. That is why you should continue to listen to the crazy teachers who helps you to move to that state of the wisdom. If you don't do it, nothing is going to happen. What happens? We will talk in detail what are the other states of realization that comes. You can also say, if Stephen is not here, the Stephen will, and he is right in that way. When the Stephen says that his main focus is on discernment and dispassion, answer is yes. Yes. So from the discernment and dispassion, you can recognize those 5 remedial measures, and from the same discernment and dispassion, you can understand what caused you the anxiety and the suffering, or you are able to know those 7 factors and you move to the state of realization. Yes, that is how we have to move the story. There is another way. So those who are higher seekers, now you all are higher seekers, but again I'm pointing you, those are higher seekers. Their one-pointed awareness to explore is focused on who am I, supported by all these factors. That will also work. Forget about spirituality, religion, relations. That is another way. So every master has explained the different ways to about this, but the problem, the journey is the same. Journey is the same. If you don't do it, perpetual restlessness and agitation. How many times you have been restless during the last 10 years? I know you know the answer. No, today I'm restless, so let me relax. To be restless again. So then you are not a seeker. No, you are becoming a seeker. I won't say you are not a seeker because you are listening to me. So you are becoming a seeker. Yesterday I saw because of the restless and a restlessness because of the 7 factors. And I have used the remedial measures and I forget it. Why I forget it? Because I am foolish. Yes or no? Nobody says no. I'm not foolish. I'm wise. I'm listening to you. That is why I will be restless tomorrow. I am so much upset, the weight of my body is decreasing. I am not the body. Can you install that? That understanding. No, I should not. So that results into anxiety and doubt and suspicion. Repeated pattern of the suffering continues in my life. I blame external factors. This is all the delusion in my life. Unless I hammer the delusion, there is no way. Anyhow, I have made it clear. So close your eyes. Eyes are closed. You ask your mind, am I ready for meditation? On this auspicious day of Christmas. Position of the body, you are aware. Eyes are closed, you are aware. Eyes are open. It is symbolic. I've been telling you, closing the eyes is purely symbolic. Why it is symbolic? Eyes open, I see the world. Eyes closed, my third eye will open now. That can only see what lies inside. How fast we are settled, you are comfortable, and you are carefree. I'm not dwelling deep into these 2 points. You are already there. A sensation, comfort, and steadiness is maintained. Recurrent movement of the body is not there. That qualifies you to be a seeker. Or after a few minutes, you say, oh, my position of the body was not good. Let me change it. Let me change it. Throughout the practice, you are changing. So the practice is not successful. Sarvesham swastir bhavatu. Sarvesham swastir bhavatu. Sarvesham swastir bhavatu. May there be happiness for all. I believe you can instantly contemplate and reflect. So when you are contemplating, reflecting, what is happening? You are dropping all the 7 factors. You are moving to the discernment. Peace is the essential nature of everyone every being on this earth. Yes, I recognize it, I realize it. So that is why I am also in peace. Sarvesham Shantir Bhavatu, Sarvesham Shantir Bhavatu, Sarvesham Shantir Bhavatu. May there be peace for all. May there be peace for all. When I'm saying this, may there be peace for all, expression is symbolic. At the physical level, we see the diversity, we see the multiplicity, but then we move at the mental level. Through the mental level, we say, may there be peace at all. And we transcend the mind. We see the peace is an essential element. And that is what the spiritual life is. You cannot see the peace in name and the form. Name and the form, 7 factors. That is what we discussed today. Sarvesham Purnam Bhavatu. Sarvesham Purnam Bhavatu. Sarvesham Purnam Bhavatu. May there be completeness in all. So many people have not joined because today is the Christmas. Oh, that's why I have not joined. It's a holy day. Holy day means wholeness. I'm not pointing to anyone, but I'm conveying the message to you. It's a holy day means that I am totally restful, calm and relaxed. Let me revisit my real nature. There is the completeness. That is why I must join on every auspicious day. Sarvesham, Sarvesham Mangalam Bhavatu, Sarvesham Mangalam Bhavatu. May there be, and again I came back, may there be an auspiciousness, grace, and the blessing for everyone. Do you see that? We are celebrating Christmas. Christ is within us. That is the beauty of the Eastern wisdom, how the Eastern wisdom explains each and every aspect. So a seeker, a higher level of the seeker respects everything outside because it is symbolic and it conveys the message, it takes my mind deeper inside. That is the key. And now is the time to look inside the forehead in the space. Drop Om Shanti in the state of stillness in the body. Start breathing quick and short breath into your chest. Continue breathing into the rib cage in the state of stillness in the body. Om Shanti continues. You're dropping the Om Shanti where in the space? There, which is beyond, which happens to be beyond the physical and the mental level. You remember if there any resistance, you endure that resistance and continue breathing. That resistance is expressed in the movement of the body, causing the mind to be restless. So there should not be any movement of the body, including your head and the neck should not move at all, except the rib cage, and Om Shanti continues. Why? We need a mind that can go easily inside without outer association. No yawning, please. Mind is still upset if you are yawning. Continue. And stop it. Stop this breathing. Allow the breath to be normal. Keep watching the breath, observing the breath, the flow of the breath. And if the flow from one of the nostrils is less than the other, pay attention to that flow. And if the flow is equal, enjoy that state. The mind definitely is going inside, provided other factors are also met properly. What are the other factors? You are able to maintain a total poise, the motionless state of the body. Why I say so? I'm using the tantra technique also at a very subtle level. A slight habitual unconscious movement of the body disturbs the flow of the prana. Oh, you're telling me very subtle thing. Mind carried away by a thought changes the flow of the prana. If you are not carried away and the thoughts are still there, no issue. So that realization will come. So in Tantra, we talk of those realizations. In the highest path of knowledge, we already discussed the two realizations. Now, looking inside again, inside the forehead, in the space, and Om Shanti. You drop the Om Shanti, and now start breathing from the belly. The longer breath, you inhale, the belly expands, and you exhale, the belly contracts. Please continue. Body remains still except the movement into the belly. You are doing Om Shanti and also doing the belly breathing. Longer breath, hissing breath. Continue, my friends. Continue the breathing into the belly. Enduring the breath into the belly, you are aware the belly breathing, you are not doing a mistake with every breath. With every breath, the belly expands going in, with every breath coming out, the belly contracts. The mind will take many excuses. You have to endure it. Why you have to endure it? To progress on the path. And now allow the breath to be normal. Check the flow of the breath. You are aware of the flow of the breath. If any nostril has a less flow, you are paying attention. If both the flow are equal, enjoy that flow. Awareness of the flow of the breath. There you will discover what I said, mind lives in wisdom. Because of the absorption of the mind and the flow of the breath, discernment and dispassion lives in the mind. I'm linking all the three: the flow of the breath, the delusion and duality, dispassion and discernment and dispassion. You are aware of the flow of the breath, and also in the state of the calmness and the joy and the peace is already there. So you are experiencing that. So we don't stop our journey there. That means we are a seeker. You know what happens, when we experience the calmness and the peace and some joy inside, mind starts jumping again. So that jumping of the mind, it is searching the secondary self. Oh, as a father, I'm not happy. As a husband, I'm not happy. As a single, I'm not happy. Why? Because of many of these past impressions we still have. And now, moving to the 16 segments of the fingers and dropping Om Shanti on each segment, but Do you remember the mind's eye, mind's tongue, mind's ear? And that triggers the prana. We normally say the prana purusha, prana being. The mind can create the prana being, which is touching the 16 segments within Om Shanti. You already know, so I need not to say anything. Continue, please. And now drop this, move the mind inside the cave of your heart. Visualize the triangle in any color pointing upward. Pay attention to the awareness of the breath, awareness of the movement of the mind on the side of a triangle, and awareness of dropping the Om Shanti clockwise and anti-clockwise. And then we check that if we are sinking clockwise and anti-clockwise, it is a fair play at that moment, singing Om, pushing the mind deep inside the cave of your heart. Mind seemingly stops, you drop the Shanti, all the activities stop. Whatever is happening, I'm experiencing. But there is no willful action is being done. Why? We are waiting for a revelation. We are waiting for an awakening. But if the mind returns again, it wails, you return again to the triangle. No issue if your mind is disturbed by any thought. You return to the triangle again. No issue at all. Take it casually at this stage of the journey. If you don't take it casually, a sense of restlessness, hesitation will return as usual, and that will fail you. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Om. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Om. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Bring your mind on the right hand, your mind on the left hand. Lift your both the palms, place it on your eyes. Open the eyes inside the palms. Know your experiences. Bring the hands down. We'll share our experiences. And if you have any question, how had you, Sir Samir?
Sir, my eyes are totally wet, sir, and I was deep into meditation,
Good.
and
Very good.
I means totally aware all the time,
Very good.
and it was a great experience.
Great experience. That is why we have celebrated Happy Christmas. So, how are you, Sir Sam?
Namaste, Guruji, Uncle
Namaste.
Sir.
Namaste.
Good. Felt very grounded through the meditation. Body wanted to sway left and right a little bit like it tends to, but I was able to stay stable and focus on the breathing and focus on the exercises the whole time, chanting the mantras internally. And As far as the lesson goes, I appreciated what you said just about the level of respect for different religions and how Eastern wisdom sits behind it.
Yes, yes,
We have a holiday, but the Eastern wisdom sits behind it and sits behind all holidays, religions, dogma.
yes,
It's universal.
You're right. All the religions are symbolic expression of what lies inside us. So they act as a reminder to us. And we avoid and ignore those reminders. If one is smiling, oh, why are you smiling? How are you, Brandy?
Good morning, Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
I found it really, I was really able to go deeper when you said that if you get carried away with the thoughts, you disrupt the prana. And you've maybe said that to us before, but today it was really practical. So it kind of gave me a different goal. Yeah. And then I experienced so much bodilessness that at some point I had to wiggle my fingers a little because I realized I was, I needed, like I was feeling kind of like, oh, I need to find my body again. So it's very deep, nice practice. It's nice to be back. Thank you.
Yes, you're right. Even a single phrase can inspire you. But my mind is able to accept. And she rightly said, sometime I might have said before, but when the mind is ready, when the seeker is ready, the teacher appears. That is the meaning. It is nothing outside, it's symbolic. Again, outside is symbolic. But if you don't respect the symbol, you cannot go inside also. That is also the problem. So, how are you, Dennis?
Thank you. Many different experiences in the body at the beginning of the meditation and during the breathing. Equal breathing right after the first step of breathing, and at the end was fully aware of all the thoughts and experiences, but not getting involved in any, like keeping a distance, equal distance to every thought, to every sensation.
Beautiful. Keeping equal distance, and that is where the equanimity in the Gita, in one of the most authentic texts of Eastern wisdom, which is known as the Gita, which says equanimity is settled in the mind. It is not at all worried about if there is a pain in the body or there is a pleasure. So that is what we discussed today. 7 factors of the body causes that delusion. Beautiful. Beautiful. How are you, Terry?
In the beginning, I had a lot of restlessness in the body, but by the end, I was completely, deep, dark, and quiet.
Yes, I could see that you were deeply in that state of quietness. You have to listen to today's topic, body and its 7 factors. And the mind should learn how to get away with these 7 factors of the body. You and obviously the self. But it doesn't mean that I'm not addressing everyone. I'm addressing everyone. But specifically when we have challenges in the body and if we look into this 7 factors in the body, it will ease the mind. It will help the mind to drop that delusion. Thank you. How are you, Ashok? Happy Christmas. We have already celebrated Christmas with our
Merry Christmas. Good evening, sir. Namaste.
Namaste.
I am good. And mind is very peaceful and calm.
Very good. Calm. Why we say Merry Christmas, Brandy? Not Happy Christmas. Marry means I should marry someone.
M-E.
MERRY.
Oh, M-E. I'm a fool, I don't understand, so I'm just telling you. So, M-E. So, what is this? Oh, marry. Okay.
Marry the name.
Marry the name. Okay. Okay. Okay, that is, now I have understood, yeah. So, Happy Christmas and Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
Thank you. We will meet again.
Namaste, sir.
Namaste, sir.
Namaste, sir.
Namaste, sir.
Namaste, everyone.
Namaste.